discs that I'm trying out for this 2020 season, and information you need to know if you're looking to switch to Discraft from Innova or Dynamic Discs. Coming up. What's going on, guys? Michael here with Discraft. I'm super excited to show you everything that I've been testing with Discraft so far this season. I'm really excited to get the season going, but it's still hammering out a few of the areas in my bag. Got a load of stuff that I've been testing, and I want to show you a little bit of what I got going on. But first, if you love all things disc golf entertainment related, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content that will be coming in the future. So let's start with the bag itself. I am working with a Grip AX3. Absolutely love this bag. Super sturdy, it's got a rain fly, it's got tons of storage all over the place. The straps are fantastic. They hold up really, really well, evenly distribute the weight on your shoulders. After a long tournament, a lousy bag is easily spotted. You feel it right here in your shoulders. This bag absolutely crushes it every tournament. All right, let's start with the putter, shall we? Because that's where you make all your money, right? Putting putters. I carry two Roaches Pro D line. These things are fantastic. Beadless, shallow rim. It feels really good in the hand. This thing is a point and shoot putter. You just put it out there, whatever line you're on. It holds its line really well with just a little bit of finish at the end. Enough stability to work well in the wind. These things have been amazing. If you're coming over from Dynamic Discs or something like that, these are very comparable to a Warden. So all you Warden lovers out there, if you're moving over to Discraft, take a look at the Pro Line Z Roach. Okay, other putters. I can't overstate this enough. The Zone is probably the best overstable putter on the market. So if you're interested at all in an overstable putter, get a Discraft Zone. I'm working with an ESP right now. I like the grip that it provides. This thing can handle as much torque as you want to put on it. Forehand, backhand, doesn't matter. Raging winds, you can play with this thing in a hurricane and it's all gonna be fine. Other putters, I've got a D Pro Roach that I'm working with. This thing's great. Very straight, can flip up nice and flat, great woods disc. If I need to put it on an Anheuser, it holds it every time. Very dependable, love this thing. Let's see, what else we got here? I've got a TI Challenger. I've been really interested in this disc. I actually got it thinking that it was going to be quite a bit overstable. Hasn't been the case. This thing's a straight shooter. If you let that thing go flat, it's going to fly nice and straight, work its way to the right for a right-hand backhand, and then just settle down right into the grass. Fantastic disc, worth your time in checking out. I've also got a big Z Roach. This thing is a money maker, dude. Like, beadless, feels great in the hand. You can put a lot of torque on it, and it's actually got more finish than I actually anticipated out of it. So I'm able to put a lot of force on this, and it's going to hold up really, really well. Let's go on to the mids. So mids, all right. I've got an ESP Drone. This is a great disc. It's super overstable. I can put it out there in the wind, whatever. It's gonna fly its flight and then get to the ground quickly. With overstability, I can trust. For those of you who are interested, coming from Innova, it'll be like similar to a Gator. Coming from Dynamic Disc, it'll be pretty similar to a Justice. A little bit more flight than a Justice, but very similar in flight. Next up, I've got an ESP Buzzz OS. Love this disc. Real tacky with the ESP. That and the Wasp have a pretty similar flight. This bad boy, very similar to a Rock 3 or a Verdict. If you're coming over from another company, I can put a lot of force on this, stay straight, and gives me a little finish at the end. It's a no-nonsense mid, which is what I like. Next up, ESP Buzzz, man. I love the Buzzz. This disc is amazing. whatever line you put it on is just going to be the line that it holds. If you go with an Anheuser, it's just going to hold it out and finish out just a little bit. Straight, if you throw it straight, the disc is only going to get smaller. This thing is so straight, and you can put as much power on it as you want to. Fantastic disc. Very much love my Buzzz. So why break a good thing, right? Buzzz OS, regular Buzzz, Buzzz SS. This thing is fantastic. If you're coming over from the Trilogy group, Fuse. Very similar to a Fuse. I liked the Fuse. It kind of gave me a slow roll. This thing does the exact same thing. A little bit similar to like the Macbeth rocks or just the DX rocks that Innova put out. So if you like that slow turn in a disc, this is what you're looking for. I don't want anything like too flippy. I don't want to have to worry that much. So I can put a ton of force on this. It's going to hold its line, just kind of very slowly roll out to the right for my back end. Very nice. All right, let's move on to the fairways. Look at all these fairways that I'm testing right now. It's crazy. First up, Avenger SS Z plastic. Love this disc. If you're looking for a good roller disc or a good beginner disc, this bad boy is going to get it done. This thing can move. You put it out there on a hyzer, this thing will roll up. If you're a beginner, this is a great starting disc for you. It's going to give you the distance that you're looking for, be really forgiving. It's going to roll up to flat and give you a great amount of distance. Next up, we've got the Mantis in titanium. This disc, ton of glide, absolute ton of glide. Right now, with it being as new as it is, it's kind of a no nonsense. It's going to go out there, fly nice and straight, and then stable up at the end. I know it will beat in to be less stable than that. I've seen people carve up wooded courses with these things, so I'm gonna roll with it for a little while and trust all those great throwers before me. Next up, Undertaker. Man, this thing's staying in my bag. I absolutely love this disc. No nonsense. Slight hyzer, it's going to flip up to flat. You let it go flat, it's going to just roll just a little bit out to the right, and then it's going to finish back. One of the straightest fairways I think I've ever thrown in my life. This thing will carve up the woods and get the job done for you for sure. Predator. So those of you looking for that Firebird-esque kind of disc, this is the disc that you're looking for. Stable, big Z plastic, going to be nice and stable. It's got that rim that's similar to a Firebird as far as depth. Good feel in the hand. You can put as much torque on it as you want. Good for flex shots. It'll roll out of it really well. Good utility disc. No nonsense. Gets up, not a ton of glide, gets down. Next up, the Raptor. For all you DD folks out there, it's close to a felon from my as my estimation. I can put a ton of torque on this. Stays nice and straight. When it slows up, it stables out. That's what I came to expect from a felon. That's what you can come to expect from a Raptor in Z plastic. Vulture. I'm carrying two Vultures right now, one in ESP and one in Z. I love them both. They are different, but both extremely useful. This bad boy, super straight, almost to the entirety of the flight, and at the last second it gives a touch of stability. This is super straight, just a little bit more stable at the end. Love it. Both of these have earned a spot in my bag at the moment, and it's just a no-nonsense, like a beat-in Thunderbird or a really beat-in Getaway. For those of you coming over from different companies, this bad boy will be a staple in your bag for sure. And then finally, rounding it out, the Anax. Man, I love this disc. When they come out brand new, they feel a lot like a PD if you're coming from like a Discmania or something like that. So if you like the PD, you'll really like these. Mine has beat in a pretty good bit, and it flies like a Getaway from Dynamic Discs. So all you Getaway folks out there that are looking to make a switch, Anax, man, that's where it's at. And that ESP plastic, man, it's tacky, it feels great in the hand, and you've got a ton of glide for days with this bad boy. Definitely check it out. All right, let's move on to the distance drivers. Right now, I'm working with the Force as a get up there, get straight, and get down, no matter what. So in the wind, no matter what, this bad boy, stable, it gets up there, it gets the job done. Very comparable to a Enforcer from Dynamic or an X-Cal coming from Innova. If that's where you're coming from, that's what you can liken these discs to. Carrying 2 right now because I just love them too much to throw one in the water and be without one for a round. And it's a no-nonsense disc. So can't live without that disc for sure. Another one, speaking of discs I can't live without, oh my gosh, Paul Macbeth. These are gorgeous. The Zeus is an amazing distance driver. Little bit of hyzer, flips right up to flat, travels for days, reaches its destination, and then stables out and gets to the ground. One of the most versatile drivers that I've ever thrown since like the AJ Destroyers. That's what I would liken these to, is an AJ Destroyer. For those of you who are mourning the loss of those, go grab a Zeus. It's the exact same thing. You'll love every second of it. Then rounding out the drivers, I'm working with some Nukes, trying out some Nukes. I've got it in ESP, Z, and titanium, all varying in stabilities. This is the least stable, and then these two right now are kind of in a medium stability. Max distance, big S curves, swinging them back in, wide open field, throw a nuke, bomb it out there, and get the job done, bite off all that distance. Been very, very pleased with these. The ESPs have been beating in nicely. They'll start holding an anhyzer line longer. So if you want those big sky annies, these ESP Nukes are the way to go. And so there's what I've got. That's what I'm testing right now. If you think of anything that I should be testing, be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know. If you have any questions, comments, put them on down below, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content just like this. I'll see you next time.